What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Daily Nugget. It is day 75 of 365. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out this week's weekly review. It's week 48. I think a really good sequence of results. It was obviously a week where I felt I followed the plan, and that really is the most important thing. But a week that kind of gave me a better understanding of, I guess, the underlying trade-offs with some of the changes that I've made with my plan. And so I want to do a bit of a dive in terms of risk and return, because in the AudUSD recap a couple of days back, I mentioned how I feel like setting these fixed targets are kind of capping my upside. And I saw that with the third trade that I took this week, where that was essentially a 2R position, but it ended up playing out to about 5.5R. And so, that would have been just shy of 3% on a half risk. And I can look at that and be like, shit, like missed out on, that upside. It kind of goes both ways in that if I was using my previous management strategy, the first two positions wouldn't have been winners. Those both would have stopped me out. At the time, the floating risk was about 0.75%. And so the question is, would I still have made the same decisions that led to me taking the third position had I taken two losses prior to that? Because, if you look at all three positions, from my current management and, previous, would have averaged about 3% anyway, the two losses initially and then the last one that was a win, as opposed to 3 consecutive wins. And so I think that's just kind of the thing you got to think about in terms of the trade-off between wanting to catch those larger moves, but then also being conservative in the targets you set. And I'm really learning that it's maybe more about using a bit of a sliding scale, in that I'm finding it's really helping now in drawdown, because that's when you really need to manage the mental state, at least more than when you are euphoric and you're in profit and close to passing the challenge. So I hope you guys took something away from that. Hope you had a great week in the market and have prepped well this weekend for the opportunities to come in the week ahead. Remember, guys, consistency is the choice you make when you start doing the things you should be doing day in and day out.